The eruption of Mount St. Helens on May 18, 1980, was one of the most dramatic geologic moments in American history.
Friday, the 13th.
We are awed, and rightly so, by the forces of destruction at loose in the world in this nuclear era.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
John Lennon, singer, songwriter, leader of a musical group that led a generation. Earlier this week he was killed. Today, New York and the world mourn.
Fans waited and debated over which of the plausible suspects had pulled the trigger.
Pick a number.
From any number of bamboozled oil barons
I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do.
to JR's neglected, long-suffering wife, Sue Ellen.
Tell me, JR, which slut are you going to stay with tonight?
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Not true.
I don't understand. What do you mean kill you?
Me? Kill me? Start here. Kill me first. Do me a fucking favor. Because you're driving me crazy. You're a killer. You're a big shot. Just kill. You're a killer.
Excuse me, what do you mean by you, though?
President Carter won a major victory today in his bid to boycott the Moscow Olympic Games because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Here's Johnny.
Another one bites the dust.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 11 in our 20 from 1980 series, and this is the first sequel to Asteroids, although it was not really super well received by super die-hard Asteroids fans. The later sequel, Space Duel, was much more popular with them, and this is Asteroids Deluxe, but I still think this is a very good sequel. It was basically created to prevent players from farming the system by whittling the asteroids down to one small one and then just shooting UFOs or satellites over and over and over again for points. This time around, the hyperspace button is replaced by a shield. Even though die-hard Asteroids fans seem to prefer Space Duel, this was still very, very popular. I saw this at all the arcades, convenience stores, malls, wherever. This was everywhere, and I enjoy it. I love that background there. I first recorded this through MAME, and then I recorded it again through Bandicam and shrunk down the screen just so we could focus on that background. It's lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't quite cut it off completely correctly. There's a little white line at the bottom. That's part of the bezel. Sorry. But one of the main differences you'll notice in this game is that there is a strange new enemy, and it's only an enemy if it gets fired on, and then it comes after you. Well, we'll get started. But you're a little different looking with your ship. The rules are basically the same. Destroy all the asteroids to clear the stage, and there will be UFOs and satellites. And there's the new ship, and I'm not sure what it's called, but try not to fire upon it yourself. But when you shoot it, when you or the enemy, the satellites or UFOs, it can't run into an asteroid and be destroyed or break up. But it will break up into pieces, and there I'm using my shield. And I destroyed him. it can break up into pieces, and then the pieces will split apart and follow you. And I think there's like 6 pieces. Oops. But when they do follow you, it's a good idea to get that shield ready. Now the shield, I think it can take like 6 hits by an asteroid or by enemy fire or whatever. But if you don't need to shoot that thing, don't bother. But if it does get shot and the pieces break up and follow you, and they could follow you through the warp edges, then you'll need to fly away from them. And as you fly away, you can turn around as you're flying backwards and shoot them. The scoring, I think, is generally the same in this game. The small asteroids are 100 points, and the big asteroids are like 50. Or maybe it was the medium ones that were 50. I can't remember for sure, but very basic scoring. And I don't know how much the new enemy is. You can shoot a burst of 4 shots, or 4 bullets, with a rapid firing of the fire button. But if you're going to shoot a bunch of shots, it's probably good if you're close to an enemy or an asteroid, or if you know that your shots are lined up and there's not very many enemies left or asteroids left. I was never good at this game, but I enjoy it. I think it's a worthy sequel. Whoops. When you are restored with your next life, your shield is fully regenerated. It can withstand the maximum amount of hits. If you just have that one new ship left, and you can let it fly off the screen to end the stage, do so. I got an extra life. You get an extra life every 10,000 points. Yeah, I kind of like this. Space Duel was definitely a lot more polished, but the background I really liked in Asteroids Deluxe. Space Duel came out in like 1982, and I think it was in production well before that. In fact, probably during the same time that Asteroids Deluxe was, or close to it, but they decided to release Asteroids Deluxe first. Oops. Kind of embarrassing to be destroyed by the big slow ship. But yeah, the enemies, the UFOs and satellites, will definitely try to take a shot, at least one shot, at the new ship. And whether they shoot it or you shoot it, the pieces are going to come after you. That kind of sucks. Don't rely on using your shield all the time, because again, it only has 6 hits allowed, and then the shield won't work anymore until you die and start your next life. Yeah, I saw this everywhere back in the day. This even made an appearance in John Carpenter's The Thing. But I love the sound effects, the look of it, the background artwork. I love that. That is awesome. This was a terrific game, I thought. Definitely worthy of the asteroid's name. Oops, crap. Well, I ended the level when I died. I like the sound effects here when you put in your initials. Very, very cool. I just love that background. It's terrific. Now, I apologize the sound effect of you shooting the asteroids seems to have been lost in MAME, or not very strong at all. I looked around for older samples and put them in, and it didn't improve it any. It's kind of disappointing, because I think it sounded better in the arcade. But that's Asteroids Deluxe, game number 11 in our 20 from 1980 series, and after this I'm going to have a new intro. But I'm only going to do that for game number 10. I think the intro is too long. So I'm just going to have it for like 20 and 10. Well, that was Asteroids Deluxe by Atari in 1980. Game number 11 in our 20 from 1980 series. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a great 4th of July. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you soon with game number 10 and a new intro. Bye-bye, folks.